Hi everyone, my name is Miss Marlene and I am the school social emotional counselor. I wanted to join you guys today virtually and also pre-recordedly, but I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself, to also talk a little bit about my services, how you can access my services, and then also wanted to introduce the social emotional counseling website that I created as a tool for you guys. So I just want you to know that it's there for you if you need it. So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Share and go to present. Okay, so I took a picture of my office at Vanguard just so that you guys know what it looks like for those that never been in there, and then also just as a familiar site for those who have been in there. And I'm looking forward to the day that we can actually meet while we are in my office. As of now, though, I am in my home office, which is more of my son's playroom area / like a corner for myself. So he has a lot of play stuff back there, and he has more stuff back here. And then I'm stuck in this little corner, so he has a lot of stuff to do while I'm working. But he's not here today, so this room is all mine today. So a little background of myself. I was born and raised here in Modesto. My parents are from El Salvador. They actually came to the United States due to safety issues of a war that was going on when they were teenagers. So that's what brought them over to the United States. And Modesto was a place that called my dad's attention because of the agriculture. So he was working a lot he started working in the fields. He's now a truck driver. And my mom does a lot of housekeeping stuff for people now. So they've sacrificed a lot for our family, and I'm really appreciative of my parents. I went to La Loma Junior High, and I graduated from Modesto High School. So I decided to add these photos so that you guys could see right here. This is my immediate family. And when I'm with them, that's when I feel most myself. So it's my husband right here, me, and this is our son who's a little over a year. And these are my parents, my dad and my mom, my nephew Benny, and my sister-in-law, and this is my brother who is 1 year older than I am, but I act older than he is. And then here is a picture, probably one of my favorite pictures of my pets with my son Ezekiel, who we call Easy. This is probably where he started to engage more with my pets and stuff like that. And this is one of my favorite trips that I've done in a while. We went to Humboldt County with my husband, and it was a really nice trip. Education-wise, so I went to Humboldt State when I graduated from Modesto High School, and I graduated in 2013 from there with a degree in social work. I then took a year off and I came back to Modesto. I worked at Modesto High School as a migrant education counselor, where I worked with migrant students and I helped them catch up on credits so that they could graduate on time. I then decided that I wanted to get more education, so I went back to school. I went to Chico State, where I got my master's in social work. And while I was receiving my education there, I had an internship placed in a elementary, middle, and high school, which is where I realized that I really enjoyed working in schools. So then after I graduated there, that's following summer, I went to Sacramento State, where I got my credential for school social work so that I could work in schools. Currently, I am enrolled in a credential program so I could receive my credential in school counseling, and I'm doing that at Bradman, which is in Salida. So just like you guys, I'm also a virtual student, and we're gonna be managing through being a student and managing other home responsibilities together this year. Some likes and interests. I like to box. This is actually a picture of 16-year-old me when I first got into boxing. And I also love watching basketball. So this picture right here is probably like my birthday 3 years ago. We went to go watch a Kings versus Lakers game with a few of my close friends and family. I love laying in hammocks. It's probably like my best pastime. I also really like camping and hiking. These pictures right here are like traditions that we keep alive with my husband. Once a year, we go to Chico and we do this bike ride where we cycle 5 miles to a park and we have a picnic with about 200 people. It's pretty neat. And then also we do a yearly like litter pickup project at Yosemite State Park, National Park, sorry. And we, in return, get to camp there. I'm also very competitive at board games, and I think I'm a pretty good cook, and I listen to almost every type of music. So my quarantine life, we haven't been able to do much or go out much. My son actually turned a year right when everything closed, so like in April. So we had to do a little quarantine birthday party for him, just me, my husband, and him. We had a little dog party for him. Um, and then here, this is what our evenings usually look like. We're just in our backyard hanging out with our pets and our son. And then I actually recently got back into boxing with my brother. So we started doing that. And then also bike riding right here as a family. I've gotten pretty good at telling jokes. My son is a big fan, so hopefully you guys are too. And then just spending a lot of time with my husband and my son. So one important thing, that I feel like we need to take care of ourselves this year is our mental wellness. I know right now we're hearing a lot of different things going on in the media when it comes to the pandemic and also like social justice, and it could be really overwhelming and stressful for people. And in addition, because we are distance learning, we don't get to physically be around each other, which can add, some factors of feeling more isolated and lonely, which can also increase our stress levels and our anxiety. So one of the things again that I created is that we are in this together and there are healthy ways to cope. So if you or someone that you know are struggling, know that I'm here to support the best way that I can. And one of those ways is I created a website for Vanguard. And so here what you'll find is you can go here and you'll see the reasons why maybe you might be wanting some counseling supports. And a big one is like transitioning from being in-person learning to distance learning. A lot of people are struggling with that. So we could talk a lot about like time management and what that looks like and stuff like that. We could talk about like maybe anxiety or depression, things that we are feeling, how to manage it. And just so you guys know, also like it's voluntary. So if you at some point feel like you don't need counseling anymore, you can also put a stop to them. And they're all, and what we talk about is confidential as well. Where you can have access from me is at the very bottom right here. If you want to take a quick picture, you can. But this is my work cell phone number. I'm available Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4. And then also, if you go to the actual website, if you just want to get a straight appointment with me, you would just click here, and then you will just choose your own time and date that you wanted to meet with me as well. So if you wanted to refer yourself, this would be a good spot right here. You click on it and you refer yourself, and then also staff can use it and families. Another cool thing that I have here is a little virtual calming room where you could actually just click and I'll take you to the hyperlink. So if you wanted to take your mind off things, or if you're having a moment, you could just come and explore, some of the things that I have on this virtual calming room. Have some community resources as well. And let me see, some crisis support. So in case that someone that you know or yourself are having a mental health crisis, it outlines like resources that you can utilize so that you can feel supported throughout that crisis that you're going through. And then lastly, if you are experiencing bullying or you know of someone that is being bullied, this is a safe place for you guys to come and report it. And then also know that your report will remain confidential. So this is located in your Google Classroom. Your teachers have put the link to this website there, and this is a really great way that you can look for me if you need me. And so if you have any questions, I did put a spot on the knowledge quiz that you guys are going to take right now, where you could also add, you know, like if you want to know more about me, or if you want to know more about like a certain thing, there's a spot where you could add those comments and questions on there. So looking forward to getting to know you all better this year. And remember that you are not alone.